Yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to talk about, well, whatever. It's your late, out of date Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson boxing fight review live on Netflix. First off, Netflix going live. This was like apparently the first live show debuting on Netflix, right? And terrible. Let's just say, first off, this was a failure. Let's just go on and say that. For a live broadcast for Netflix, what a failure this is, and what a failure this will be. And WWE should be worried when they're gonna move to Netflix, okay? With Monday Night Raw moving to Netflix, this is probably gonna be one of the biggest, fail of worries that they should have. That if they're gonna be broadcasting to a streaming site and shit like this is gonna happen. I don't think this is one reason why I did not want WWE Raw to go to Netflix, because of shit like this. But man, so first off, the Netflix event, a failure in terms of how the show is broadcast. Like, I thought, technology, like so much like technology advances, and yet they're struggling to try to have a proper. They can't even stream the show properly, so already that's a fail. But let's talk about the main thing. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Iron Mike Tyson, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know who else is talking like this. I mean, I'm sure that a lot of people are already saying what I'm going to say, but this is my 2 cents, and I want to talk about this in pretty much, I'm sadly going to say what everyone else is saying, because it seems like everybody can agree that this fight was a joke. We'll talk about this. But I want to give my own thoughts, especially on my own channel. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Clearly, this fight, this was just shit, okay? Let's just go on to say, this match was just shit. 8 rounds instead of 10. And not just that, damn well, obviously this is a big money fight, right? But you'd think that this is a money fight, we should get our money's worth, right? But I guess, because this was not on pay-per-view, this was on Netflix. That's the problem. It looks like because Netflix was more affordable than a fucking pay-per-view, it's not like they need to really put in much effort, unfortunately, right? That's also probably the worry with Monday Night Raw. The quality won't be, it's going to be on Netflix. The quality won't be good. It's not like you're paying money for pay-per-view. But again, you're still paying money. That's the problem. You're still paying money, without cable, other than just cable. You're spending money for a streaming site to watch all these shows that are streamed, and all these old shows that are no longer on TV anymore. You're watching these shows, you're paying money for it, and then when you're still paying money for it, you're getting these extra special stuff like freaking pay-per-views, or again, this boxing event. What the fuck was this? What kind of shit was this? Okay? I get it. This fight, a money fight, the reason why Mike Tyson, again, fought because of money. Do I blame him? No. Unfortunately, like the $1 Million Man says, everybody's got a price. They fucking do. But not only that Mike Tyson came out of retirement, he unfortunately, even for the almighty dollar, sold his soul. Mike Tyson, a legend in the boxing game, unfortunately sold his soul for one fight that made him look like a joke. And I get this, the reason why they made this fight, because again, this was a money match, people are gonna fucking be intrigued of, a lot of people was intrigued to fight and watch this fight, no doubt about it, this was the talk of the, since the election, this was the big talk, it's just sad, wrestling can't be like this, or a lot of big matches nowadays, like with in the world now, can't be like this because, like it or not, Mike Tyson is a character. He's a big, again, he's one of the most famous guys in the game. He will always be. I mean, he is. He's one of the most beloved boxers in the world, the legend. Mike fucking Jake Paul. He's the new school guy. But again, this is just bullshit though. Like again, they made this fight despite that the age difference, the skill difference. They made it because again, money, and clearly this was just to try and make Jake Paul look good. Okay, let's just say that. This fight was pathetic. Okay, 8 rounds and nothing fucking happened. I understand that that's sometimes the issue with boxing where there's going to be a lot of stalling happening, but this fight was just stalling up the wazoo, okay? Let's just say that. This fight, so much stalling, but you could tell that this fight, how the fuck does a press conference have more action than the fucking fight? Fucking Mike Tyson gave a big slap to fucking Jake Paul. But it looks like that was the only action that was going to fucking happen. Obviously, people say, oh, it was expected how the fight was going to happen. People thought that Jake Paul was going to win because he's the younger guy. And people always make the assumptions about how it's going to be rigged and whatever. And just by how things were going with Jake Paul, it seems like a lot of his fights are rigged. It's hard to kind of disagree after this fight in all honesty. Because this match, listen, if this fight was really real, and I'm not saying, but let me just fucking make this first point. How is it that modern sport, how is it that in sports nowadays becoming more like WWE, and WWE is becoming more sports-like, where not just in terms of they're like doing hurtful moves, but it's like how is WWE like more legit, or even like be more as a same tier of legitimacy than freaking boxing and fucking MMA when they're like predetermining fucking like wins. And also they're not even doing much fucking like legit action for fuck's sakes. And how is it that the fucking women's match, no one really cares about fucking women's sports or whatever. But I'm just saying, but like it's kind of the truth. But how is it that a women's fight has more fucking action than your fucking big money fight for fuck's sakes? How is that how does that happen? How the fuck does the fight prior to Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul had more fucking action than that fucking fight? Holy shit, you see these two fucking women. There was headbutts going around, illegal headbutts. And it fuck with, there was actually fucking fighting. Am I saying that I want to see Mike Tyson get hurt? But no, but there have been more legitimacy if we actually saw Jake Paul actually fucking knock down Mike Tyson, unfortunately. Not that I wanted Mike to lose, or not that I fucking want freaking Mike Tyson to get hurt. But unfortunately, that would be more legit, more understandable. That would be more realistic. If they want to go for realism, this fight was definitely not realistic at all. They were stalling literally 8 rounds of nothing happening and just a few jabs. And then Jake Paul wins because a few punches to Mike, few light punches. You know what I mean? Let me tell you this, if this fight was really real, okay, I hate to say it, but Jake Paul would have at least won by a knockout, or but again, you cannot count Mike Tyson out. Okay, you can't keep Mike Tyson out because let's be honest here. A fucking old dog could get old, but you can't teach them new tricks. And you never know. Again, Mike Tyson is fucking has more fucking experience. Experience got a long way to go. You never know. Mike Tyson, realistically, could have probably knocked out Jake Paul if this fight was actually fucking real. Okay? And I'm not saying, oh, you don't think this is real? What are you talking about? This is not real. You want to know why? Because, again, I'm sorry. This fight was fucking rigged. It was. You cannot kid me that this shit was fucking rigged. Because why? Because for fuck's sakes, in a boxing fight like this, how the fuck does this fight go 8 fucking rounds with nothing fucking happening? Barely any punches happening. You cannot tell me that this fight was fucking not rigged. And you can't tell me that obviously this was just to make fucking Jake Paul look good. Obviously, and you can't tell me like, they're both buddy buddy, and they just literally did this for money. It's just a cash grab, And sadly, they fooled people to watch this fight. That's what they did, This fight was just pathetic. Okay, it ruined fucking Mike Tyson's legacy. Like, I mean, he still is gonna be remembered as, like, in his prime, the best. But my God, talk about selling your soul, And just to make Jake Paul look good, because Jake Paul, he has this facade of trying to make himself look good, yet he's not having legit fights. Like this guy, Jake Paul. Like, I like his brother Logan Paul better. I just do. Especially that he's in the WWE, and honestly, he's like the only, like, it makes sense for Logan Paul to be in WWE. I mean, maybe, in all honesty, what's the problem with Jake Paul not being in WWE? Like, honestly, it'll be better for him. And at least it makes more sense, like, if he were to win and lose. Plus, he could, if he doesn't really want to get hurt, I'm sure WWE will make sure that he doesn't get hurt with the fake shit that can happen, Not that I'm saying, like, everything pro wrestling is fake, but just, like, the truth. It just would have been more realistic for stuff like that to happen than a fucking supposed legit real sport like boxing. Okay? But again, it's just bullshit. Jake Paul. Again, the whole facade of Jake Paul. Fighting washed up UFC and old boxers. To just make himself look good. Not fighting someone within his same range, within his same fucking age, within his same experience, or even just like general, like, damn well that freaking legit Jake Paul would fucking get knocked out by a fucking legit fighter. Let's just be for real here, okay? We cannot be kidding ourselves. We know this is the truth, but people who rather don't believe it are fucking retards. And also, they're just fucking retarded fucking Jake Paul fanboys or whatever. I don't fucking know. Y'all fucking like it because you guys have a fucking man crush for him. Or not just that, you guys fucking want to buy into because you think like you're going to gain something for supporting him. I feel sad for y'all. Y'all not going to gain anything for supporting the fucking guy who doesn't give a fuck about you. And legit, it just fucking does shitty shit anyways. You know what I mean? Like, his brother has more morality. I just think, that's how I feel. Despite the whole Japan fucking forest thing, which, again, like, if you really think about this whole forest thing that happened in Japan, I mean, to be fair, like, how the hell are you gonna cope with, like, seeing dead bodies? You're gonna, like, be, like, nervously laughing, like, thinking back at it, fucking Logan Paul, he's, like, was nervous, like, because, again, what would you do when you're in that situation? You know what I mean? And not just that, like, that's also fucking Japan's stupid ass fault for having a force like that. They're fucking retarded. Japan's a shitty country. I'm sorry, it is. It's just dumb. Where they enforce shit like that and have weird perverted shit that happens in their fucking country. Let's be for real here. But seriously, this whole Jake Paul facade is just fucking bullshit, okay? Just a guy who's being overhyped just for nothing. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. He's like picked by the system to just make him look good. And because he also has a lot of money, he pays a lot of other fucking fighters just to make himself look good to win. It's a joke. What's a joke? You know what I mean? That's what it is. And he literally, you could tell he paid fucking Tyson or whatever, like, also, like, the fucking league. They paid Tyson, hey, like, they paid both of them well, obviously. And then just to make sure, Tyson doesn't get hurt. That's why they lasted just a little few jabs with each other and lasted the full fucking 8 rounds. Pathetic. I mean, if you never know. Mike Tyson could, if this fight was legit, Mike could have taken some fucking punches, but could have given a big, nice punch, and that could have knocked out Jake Paul. You never know. Come on, Mike Tyson's fucking tough. He is. Even at and late. I mean, don't get me wrong. He looked bad in the later rounds. I mean, the first few rounds, he looked like, yeah, he can still got it. He still can go, he's still competitive. Sure, he looked like he was weakening up, and he did. I'm not going to kid you. It was like fucking Ric Flair coming back into the wrestling ring for his last match in 2022, which was a joke. But even when Mike Tyson, again, Mike Tyson, he can still move, if well, honestly, better than Ric Flair. But in terms of, again, yeah, like, he still struggled. Don't get me wrong, he still fucking struggled. But at the end of the day, like, damn well, if this fight was legit, at least one of these men would have knocked each other out. But again, how does this make either person look good? With Jake Paul winning, like, oh, he beat up a washed up fucking old man, or a washed up man who's past his prime as a boxer. Like, so what? Okay, you win a fight, you can say that you win against fucking Tyson. But, like, in the end of the day, what do you gain from that? You still fucking gain the fact that you just had to fucking rely on having this guy come out of retirement to fight him. Like, how is it that fucking... How is it a movie like Rocky 6, right? Let's talk about it. Rocky 6. Rocky Balboa. I'm not saying... Of course, that's fake. A Rocky film is fake. It's fake boxing. It's a fake movie. But how is it that a Rocky Balboa film like that, like, it's just, like, more realistic if you really think about it? Rocky coming out retired for that last fight against that black guy in boxing. How does that makes any more sense than this shit? Like, let's just be for real here. Let's be for real. Like, how does the movie like Rocky 6 seems like more realistic than this fight itself? At least Rocky was fucking fighting, tossing some jabs and shit. This fight just like. You could tell they were just stalling on purpose, and they were like play fighting. How is it in amateur wrestling? As an amateur wrestler myself, or like a fucking who wrestled in high school and college, how is it that in amateur wrestling there's more when you do like these play fights, when you're like doing hand fighting motions, techniques in amateur wrestling? How does that have more action than fucking boxing? Fuck. What a joke. What a joke. That fight was a joke. Telling us that this fight is going to be on the 15th of November, yet we have to wait till midnight to watch this fight. I get it, they do this all the time, where they announce a big fucking fight match or whatever, and they gotta do all these stupid pre-mentally cards. Like, but who cares? You literally wasted my time. They wasted our time. And it didn't help that the fucking stream was shit. This stream was shit, by the way. And then Monday Night Raw is going to be live on Netflix? Give me a break. I hope they fucking reconsider. I mean, it's too late, but fuck. Man, it's bad enough that Netflix is a fucking woke fucking company, but fuck, man. God damn. But this fight... just a joke, man. It's like you're also watching elderly abuse, man. It's like fucking you're watching an elderly guy getting abused. It's like elder abuse at this point, fuck. It's a joke. Just it's like everyone expected, like, I mean, okay, everyone expected that obviously some shady shit will happen. Like, Jake Paul will most likely win because, get it, it's a fucking, again, they want to try to build this guy as this big facade. This is all fucking fake and all, okay? But, like, come on here. You at least wanted to see some action. Like, some action to go on. This fight was shit. Obviously, like, how the fuck this fight was gonna be exciting with an old guy versus a young dude. But at least, like, you want to see what can happen, what's gonna be realistic happening. This match was not realistic. This match was rigged up the wazoo. And not just that, this fight literally was faker than a wrestling match, or a pro wrestling match. I gotta tell you, this match was fucking fake as fuck. They were stalling, no action, a joke, a waste of time, a waste of money, a waste of a big match feel. You might as well not have done this. Literally, like, Mike Tyson would have more pride not doing this fucking fight. But again, it's all about the money. Can't fault him for that. He's gonna be paid well. But let's be honest here, like, Mike Tyson, we love you, but you sold your soul. That's just how it is. The motherfucker sold his soul all for the almighty dollar. Can't fault him. But at the end of the day, sometimes your pride has to matter too. Like, there would have been more, or like, it would have made more fucking sense Again, if Mike Tyson, if you're coming back for a fight, you're fighting another fucking old guy. I don't know. You know? Again, and if you're gonna, again, watch. Like, if fucking Jake Paul did not have to use his own money to try to pay somebody to fucking make him look good, even and the boxing league, trust me, a legit fighter who is the same tier as fucking like Jake Paul has a simulants, but he's actually like a legit fighter. Watch, like a real fucking boxer, he would beat up fucking Jake Paul like this. Jake Paul ain't tough. I mean, he may look tough, okay, sure, but again, a fucking boxer, like a legit boxer, you know damn well he would not fucking survive. Like, this is just as bad as, like, I mean, how is it that Mayweather and Logan Paul was more impactful than this? But obviously, that was rigged up the wazoo, too. Mayweather literally won that fight, if you really think about it. But then he picked up fucking Logan Paul just in time to keep him up. You know that fucking Logan Paul lost that fight. But they won, I don't know, they did what they fucking want to do. I don't know. I have nothing else to say. I just think that, like, what a joke this fight was. What a joke. Tyson, like, I get it, old, but you know damn well this was, again, a knockout finish would have made more sense. Like, that would have been realistic up the wazoos there. Like, for God's sakes. Like, even Jake Paul, if he knocked out Mike, that would have been realistic. But, you know, again, they don't want to imagine Mike Tyson actually fucking died in this ring. That would have been more realistic, you know? That would have been the realistic approach, and that would have proved that this fight was real. Not that I wanted to fucking see Mike die or get hurt. I don't want him to get a brain aneurysm. I don't want him to fucking legit fucking hurt his fucking... But again, then why even come back? Because that's the realistic thing, though. A guy like Mike Tyson should not even be fighting at this age. That's the thing. That's why it just makes no sense. Before that, let me just talk about the freaking stupid fights. Not that I watched or cared, but like, let's just get this over with. We had Bruce Carlton defeats Dana Cola, who the fuck cares? Lucas Brody versus Armando Casamacho, I don't care. Super middleweight Shashicia Green defeating Melinda Watts-Pool? I don't fucking know. Whatever, I don't even know. I can't even see if they're like attractive or not. I don't care. I'm just on Wikipedia. Now the fucking the main card. Narij Goyat defeated Winderson Nunes. Mario Barraras defeats Abel Ramos. And in the second to last main event, the second to last match, Katie Taylor defeats Armando Serrano. I want to talk about this, because that was the only fight I actually legit saw. How the fuck was that fight realistic? And how the fuck is that match a women's fight, by the way? I hate to say it, no one really cares about women's sports. This is not me insulting women or being misogynistic. It's just the truth. But again, I love women. I love fucking women. But at the end of the day, like, no one really cares about women's sports. But how the fuck is but again, I may be fucking talking in the base, like, you know, women's goddamn wrestling, no one cares about it. But, like, you're gonna at least get people caring about a real sport like WNBA and freaking boxing. I mean, I take that back. WNBA, no one cares about the WNBA. Except recently, because they got the baddies, okay? Let's be for real. But women's boxing, I don't know. Like, no one really fucking... Aside from, like, Ronda Rousey be one of the most impactful women's sports people, you know? As a fucking female fighter. No one really has cared for fucking, like, sports like that for women. Just the truth. Except if it's, like, you know, beach volleyball, you know, to see fucking hot women and shit like that. But how the fuck, like, a fight like this was more athletic, more impactful, and more shit happening than a fucking goddamn Tyson fight? A main event fight that people paid. And yet, what a joke it was, you know? What a joke. This fight was a joke. They should be ashamed. And I don't know what to really say from here because it's just like what a joke this fight was. That's all. So I mean that was a decent fight. That was actually a good fight. The freaking second to last match, the women's boxing title. Um, yeah, the fucking Amanda, was it her name? Katie Taylor. She won, but she kept headbutting. So definitely, definitely the fans, they were not happy about that, and I mean, I can't help to agree. You know, that like freaking bunch of headbutts the chick was getting away with, and then the other chick was kind of fighting fair. You know, so yeah, like definitely like shady shit. You know, whatever. But how the fuck does that fight have more action? I don't know. How is it that's more impactful than a fucking made card match like this? What the fuck? I don't know. Anyways, that's all I have to really say. Like, all I have to say is that the main event was pathetic. Okay? Waste of time. What a joke. People fucking wanted to watch that fight. You know, people legit wanted Netflix and chill. And that just nowhere gave me that's just not chilling at all. That was not cool. It was a joke. Mike Tyson, we love you, but you killed your legacy. You basically sold your soul. Jake Paul, congrats to you, sure, but like fuck you. You know, we all know the truth. You did not win that match for real. Yeah, and Mike Tyson showing his fucking ass in your what the fuck that match was ass. Let's just say that. Fucking Mike Tyson exposing himself was equivalent to what the match was. Ass. Garbage. Till next time. Peace. Yeah, bye. Fucking a joke.